Hello Rebel and welcome back to my life. So humans hurt each other. It's something that seems to be almost universal among us. We hurt each other individually with our words and our actions, and we hurt each other in groups with our societies and our structures and the ways that we build them. Some of the ways we hurt each other can be a little bit difficult to see because they're both unintentional and dramatic. Climate change is a great example. That is something that we all kinda did without realizing it, and it took a really long time for us to recognize. It can be a little hard to mobilize against, maybe because there isn't one person to clearly point at and blame. Like, how much easier would that be if we could just, climate change is your fault! Fix it! Jeff! Other ways we hurt each other come in the way that we build our societies, our social order, and our laws. And these are usually very easy to see if you're one of the disadvantaged, but a lot harder to confront if you're one of the privileged. Because again, you don't want to take the blame because it wasn't your idea. And it's hard to take responsibility for fixing it because the problem seems so widespread, and you're kind of also benefiting from it, so... But there is another way that we hurt each other, and that is one-on-one. Individuals taking actions that cause others visible or sometimes invisible harm. And while this type of harm might not be as insidious or as sweeping, it can often have the most detrimental effect on one individual's life. Now, no one's innocent of this one. We've all done something to harm another human being, very much including me. I have done things that have deeply harmed friends and loved ones and family, and upon being told that I was harming them, I have not always responded well. I, like many people, have made excuses and kind of hoped people would just let it go. And I don't say that because I want you to think I'm some piece of crap. I say that because I have learned from those experiences and I know of what I speak. Recently, we have been learning about how some famous people have been causing serious, unimaginable harm in times and places that should have been safe. It has been shocking and disturbing and disheartening. In a lot of ways, it feels worse than last year when it seemed like one of our favorite celebrities was dying every other week. Because we're not just losing a possible role model who we can now only look at with fury and disgust, we are realizing how many other amazing creators we must have lost because of these predators. And I want you to know, if you're wondering, as someone who has hurt people, though never to that extent, there is no excuse. There is no excuse for assault, there is no excuse for predation, there is no excuse for harassment. We have heard all sorts of statement from the people doing the harm. Some have denied any wrongdoing, only to be proven to be lying. Some have given elaborate, carefully crafted responses designed to evoke some feeling of sympathy, to paint themselves as the good guy, because it usually is a guy. But there's always a justifier, always a reason that we should not think of them so badly, a reason we should let it go. Except there is no reason to do that and no reason not to think of them badly, because there is one common denominator in all of these excuses. They are telling us why they are not going to change. And there is no reason to forgive you if you're the same person, if there has not been some demonstrated change in who you are and how you act. Why have none of these abusers, who almost uniformly have incredible access and almost unlimited money, presented their plan for how they're going to remove more abusers from the system? Why have none of them, who could mobilize tens of thousands of people with one tweet, taken responsibility for cleansing their industry of others like them? But none of them have even offered to help repair the damage they've done to their victims. Now, maybe their victims don't want anything to do with them, and that would be completely understandable, but they haven't even tried. There is no excuse for harming another person. The only option is to apologize unequivocally and then change yourself and your actions to repair the harm that you've done. And until then, don't be surprised when we don't seem willing to just let it go. Thank you for watching, Rebel. I will see you on Friday. Bye!